Hi, I'm doing a review today on this bread maker machine. Okay, this bread maker machine is brought to you by this company right here, Kitchen in the Box. Okay, this bread maker machine comes with quite a bit of accessories, but the number one accessory that you need to have is this instruction manual. This instruction manual is not just an instruction manual to show you the overlay of the product, but it also gives you recipes for your bread maker, okay? But let's give a in-depth look of the bread maker, okay? You got the logo right there on the front. You got the display panel right here. You got this part right here where the heat goes out. You got a display window, okay? All right, this is a fruit and nut automatic tray. You put the ingredients in there and, it will drop at the optimum time when you set it, okay? You got some vents on the side here, okay? That's a handle right there. That's a release point for the fruit and nut tray. Here goes some more vents. Okay, here's some good things you need to know. Okay, slide it over just a hair. All right, another vent and another handle. All right, you guys, let's take a look on the inside of it. All right, here's a look on the inside of this ordeal. You got that. All right, you got this little agitator on the bottom. It's removable. You can just pull it out. You can actually just pull this agitator out of there, like so. Put it back down in there, okay? All right, so you can just turn and lift out, okay? This little bucket, and here's the inside of it. That's the heating element of it right there. All right, this is where the agitator goes hooked onto, and that's how the agitator moves. So I'm gonna replace it back in there. Replace it in there. It kind of locks in like so. So it won't come up out of here. It locks in. Turn it this way, it comes out. Pull it this way, it locks in. All right, you guys. That's so awesome. Now let's get into the instruction manual. All right, and also I want to let you know some other cool accessories that it came with. It came with this measuring spoon right here. All right, this is a tablespoon, and it's a teaspoon on the back, which is awesome. All right, a measuring cup. All right, it measures all the way up to 8 ounces. The 200 milliliters, 3/4 cup, but all the way up to 8-ounce cup, which is awesome. Yeah, 8 ounces. So yeah, that's cool. You got 3/4 cup, half a cup, 1/4 a cup. Yeah, all the way up to 1 cup. So this is 1 cup. 8 ounces is 1 cup. And it comes with this little hook. This hook. All right. So now let's get into it. All right. In this book, of course, it wants you to read everything before you operate it. And it shows you everything that I just showed you as far as the hook, measuring cup, the measuring spoon, the viewing window, the lid. Okay. This is the ingredient pan for your nuts and your fruits. Okay. Control panel and the housing. All right. Shows you all that. Now I want to get to the area where it shows you about it gives you the ingredients. I want to show you that, or give you different recipes rather. Okay. So I think, did I pass? Oh, here we go. All right. Recipes recommended. Cool. If you want to do some basic bread, it shows you how to do it. It shows you everything you need and how you supposed to do it. If you want to do some French bread, it shows you how to do it because you got the numbers right there. It gives you the recipe and everything, which is cool. All right. It got whole wheat bread, shows you everything you're going to need. Quick bread, it shows you everything you're gonna need for that. Sweet bread shows you everything. Gluten-free, ultra-fast bread. It's awesome, 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 awesome. It shows you everything you're gonna need, you guys. And also, on these points, which it shows you, the dough, if you wanna make dough, jam, wow, it makes jam too, cake, sandwich bread, awesome. All right, that's awesome. Wonderful, wonderful product, you guys. Highly recommend. I can't wait to use it myself. Bread machine by Kitchen in the Box. This is going to be so healthy for my family because I can see what's going in their bodies and I can make it fresh at home. Don't have to run to the grocery store just to get bread and wonder what type of bread or who it's coming from. I can do it my own self. It may take some time, but I think it's worth it for my family. Thank you so much, Kitchen in the Box. Thank you so much. Hope you guys like this review. Hope this review helped you make a great decision on this product because for me and my family, it's definitely worth it. Thank you so much and have a great, great day.
Pick this up. In here we have this bucket and it turns to lock. You see it's locked in place. You turn it, you pull it up, and you take it out. So once you take it out, and I'm doing this with one hand, sorry about that. Once you take this out, you see in here it has this little mixer, and this comes out too. So we're going to put it in there because we're going to put our ingredients in there. It also has this here, and what this is for is you put your nuts or, you know, anything that you want on top of your bread, and once you program it here, it will release this at the appropriate time. If you don't want anything, like I'm gonna make Italian bread, so I don't want anything on there, so nothing's gonna be in there. But this is what it looks like. And as far as countertop space, this is my air fryer, so it's about comparable size as an air fryer. So, you know, it will take up some countertop space, but not all. And I have my, I'm going to have to pull this over a little bit here so that I can open the top. So keep in mind, if you do have, you know, something overhead, you might want to put it in a different place. Now that I think about it, I'm probably going to have to do that. But let's make some bread with the ingredients. And let's see how it works. It comes with a measuring spoon, your tablespoon and teaspoon, as well as a plastic measuring cup. So that is great. So the ingredients, and the book is pretty simple. You're going to put the water or liquid first, then your dry ingredients, and your yeast or soda in that order, period. So I'm going to make sweet bread. And literally for sweet bread, all I need is water, vegetable oil, salt, sugar, flour, milk powder, and yeast. So I'm going to go in the order that it said and put my ingredients in here, and then we'll program it and turn it on. All right, so I'm going to follow the instructions here. I have already put all my, you know, ingredients in there. This is locked in place, closing the lid. I am going to follow the menu instructions here. So I'm doing sweet bread. I was going to do Italian, but I changed my mind. So let's press the menu until we get to sweet bread, which is number 5. All right, so once I do that, then the color, I actually want it light. So you see the top here, how it's going across. Right now it's in dark, so we're gonna keep it light. All right, so once we do that, we're gonna press loaf. And this is going to select the type. So I guess, I don't know, I guess I'm doing 600 or 900 grams. So it's your selected desire. So let me see what my recipe was for. All right, so my recipe was for 600 grams. So let's bring it back. So if you see on the recipe menu, they give you 600 and 900. So depending on what you do here. So I did 600 since it's my first one. So let's do that. Okay, so after we do that, we're not going to delay this because you can delay this. Like if I wanted to put this in and have it cook it overnight or cook it so it's ready first thing in the morning, but we're not going to do this. We're not hitting a delay. So we're going to skip that. And if you want to start the bread worker immediately, you just hit the start button. So it's doing its thing. And then you just press the stop again, you know, the start-stop button if you want to stop it for whatever reason. And let's see what it looks like when it's done. Okay, so this has now stopped. It's at 0, and it keeps it nice and warm. So I'm going to take it out. Just keep that in mind. It still keeps it warm. So we don't want it to, you know, over bake. Ooh, so it's hot. So let's take it out and see what it looks like. All right. It is a nice big loaf. And it does leave the bottom, that little hole at the bottom, because that's where that mixer was. So this is my first bread I've ever baked. So let's cut it and see what it tastes like. All right. So this is, I'm doing this one-handed, but it is very nice and moist, and you can see the warmness coming out. Oh my God, this tastes so good. You got to make your own bread. This is delicious. Really good. Keep in mind, ingredients you put in makes a difference. The type of yeast you put in makes a difference. Use the instant yeast. Really, really good.
So I am making sandwich bread right now, medium darkness, I guess, 900 gram loaf. I really wasn't sure what to put for that based on the recipes options. I am making a sourdough loaf, or at least attempting to. So that is its current status. If you can kind of see a little bit through that steamed window, it is a dough ball basically that's just being essentially kneaded right now. And I want you to hear it. I've aligned it straight previously. It's already shifted over this way. So just be aware that when you're using it, it will move unless you have something to help hold it in place. Also, it's kind of loud, so I really probably wouldn't use this overnight, just FYI.
Yo lo que quiero es, mi amor, hacer el kit de emergencia y ya. Está muy chido.